Hey guys, what's up? Son of Chelsea back here again for another video, and it's going to be my Premier League review show. In this show, basically, I take away the main talking points from the weekend of Premier League games, in my opinion, and discuss them. So as you know by now, let's get to it. This show basically for me is going to be dedicated to promoted sides. I want to give some praise to them because I think this weekend was a brilliant weekend for them. All three of last season's promoted sides won. Norwich, Bournemouth and Watford all picked up 3 points over the weekend, and two of them had probably wins that weren't expected. Even Bournemouth probably had a win that weren't expected. Two of them were away. Let's start off with the biggest one of them all, which was Norwich beating Manchester United at Old Trafford 2-1. Probably, causing Louis van Gaal, his job is under serious scrutiny. His job is under serious risk right now. And, even as recording this right now, I'm not sure if he's still going to be in a job by the time I finish recording this. So, to be honest, it's a massive defeat for him, but it's a massive victory for Norwich. Norwich have had a problem with taking their chances in games. I always thought that they do have a good enough squad to stay in this league, but at the same time, I sometimes when I watch them, like Cameron Jerome, who's one of their main strikers, supposed to be one of their main goal scorers, missing chances like against Everton in tight games, which really do define your season. If you can't take your chances in the Premier League, it's pretty common knowledge that you will eventually get punished. So for them to go to Old Trafford, where you rarely get any chances anyway, especially like a team like Norwich, and take them both, to be honest, I was quite surprised by the lack of defending by United. Both of the goals look really simple for Norwich, but at the same time, it's a brilliant win for them. A historic day for the club. Moving over to probably the second biggest shock of the weekend, which is probably Watford destroying Liverpool. But to be honest, this scoreline does not flatter Watford in any way. Liverpool pretty much gave nothing in the game. And one thing that impressed me from this game, one player that impressed me from this game, was Troy Deeney. I've been watching him for years in the Championship, and I thought, if he ever gets into the Premier League, I think he could cope, and I think he could be a force to be reckoned with because of his physical attribute, because of the fact he looks like a born goal scorer. But for the first few months, he seemed to be adapting to the league. He wasn't exactly taking it by storm, but now he seems to have adapted, and he seems to be looking better each week. They swept aside Liverpool, really looking really confident, and especially going into, once again, a crucial period. I think Watford probably have the best chance of staying up. They look the best this season out of all the promoted sides, considering they look strong at the back at times. They look like they can adapt, and also they're on a brilliant run of form. They look like their players are on form, so it's a big win for them. And lastly, Bournemouth, who probably have had some of the best weeks within their history, beating Chelsea, beating Manchester United, and now beating West Brom. 3 victories in a row, which probably Eddie Howe probably never would have expected a few weeks ago, considering the poor form they were on and all the injuries. But he solved it. They look like a better team now. They look like they know what they're doing. They don't look lost in the Premier League. They look like they're adapting to it, and especially against West Brom, most of the time what you'll see is sometimes an unexpected team will beat some of the bigger guns in the league. But then when they come up against West Brom, a side that are adapted, especially like a manager like Tony Pulis, who knows how to get points, they start to struggle. And it was a different type of win for Bournemouth, because they went up there. It was more physical, it was a different game, and to be honest, they ground it out. 2 players sent off, disgusting challenges from both of them. West Brom really didn't deserve anything from the game, but especially considering the fact they were pegged back 1-1 and were still able to get the 3 points is very impressive, and especially impressive for Eddie Howe, who probably right now is one of the best young English managers around. They don't worry that they're going to be cut adrift at any point. They look like they're continuing to lift up the Premier League. So for all 3 of those sides, brilliant weekends, brilliant hope that they can stay up. I think it's better for the league, the more promoted sides that do stay up, of course, and it's better for the league that those sides don't look out of place, don't look like they don't belong in the Premier League. They look like they're competing, they are winning, they are picking up points. So congratulations to all those 3 sides, did brilliantly this weekend. And yeah, so that's pretty much my Premier League review. I know there were other games this weekend. I know probably there were some people like, why didn't you talk about the bigger teams? But to be honest, I want to give some praise to the smaller teams in the league, and teams that probably don't get the credit they deserve, because I think this season is proof that teams like Leicester, who are proving a point, probably the biggest example of them all, are saying that, listen, yeah, we have the quality to compete in this league. It's not just all about the bigger teams in this league. We can compete. So I think it's a good example, and we're seeing it week in, week out, that shocks continue to happen. Or maybe they aren't shocks. Maybe this is just a norm now. The teams with the money, with the investment that's come into the Premier League, has made it a more competitive league. Is that for the betterment of English football, European-wide? I don't know. But it definitely is good for the eyes within the Premier League, that it is an entertaining league where you don't know what's going to happen. So going into Christmas now, we've nearly done halfway through the season. I can't believe it's gone this quickly, but it does look entertaining whatever way. Will Leicester stay at the top? Who's going to get relegated? Can those three teams that I've talked about really seriously stay up in the Premier League? How much of an achievement would that be? But let me know, guys. Thank you guys for watching this Premier League review. Let me know your thoughts on everything I've said in the comments below. Let me know how your team did this weekend in the Premier League, stuff that I didn't discuss. Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you again.